mental health really does look different on everyone. No one is ever going through the same thing at the same time. So I'd love it if you could explain some of the broad factors that really go into what makes us who we are in terms of mental health. Is it genetics, work stress, money, grief? What plays a role?
Every single person is unique, undoubtedly. We look at three big headings. One is our biology. And this is where sort of the medical stuff comes into play. What do our genetics look like? Because we certainly know that there are mental health illnesses that are very genetic. They're very heritable. That means they're carried along our DNA somehow. We're still trying to figure that one out. We have some pretty good ideas, but there is a lot of biology involved in behavioral health. The other piece is our psychology. These are our beliefs, our expectations, our personality structure, our self-esteem, our confidence, our coping skills, our IQ. And then the third, last but not least, is our social piece. And that's our relationships, our family, our culture, our peers, our jobs, right? How we relate to our society. The important thing is to look at all three of those big headings, the biopsychosocial model, and tailor the treatment based on what you learn about the person under all of those headings.
Dr. Lisa, I'd like to go to you a little bit. You work in trauma, among other things. Is there trauma that has been inherited because of gender or race or undiagnosed issues?
Yeah, absolutely. That inherited piece we call intergenerational trauma. So you can imagine there's a moment of historical trauma. That's slavery, genocide of indigenous peoples, Japanese internment camps, the Holocaust. And then they raise kids, but they've been traumatized, and it comes through in their own parenting. It comes through in the way that they manage their emotions. And so that happens generation after generation of generation. One of the most important ways that we begin to heal is to acknowledge what has happened.
Dr. Juliana, we're going to switch to you and talk to me about how the physical and mental space is related in the work that you do and also in the world around us.
It's a huge part of my work in believing, Dr. Dom spoke about this as well, of looking at someone holistically. And so when you have that belief system, then you are seeing that there's such a connection between our body health is manifesting and our mental health is manifesting and how they interact with each other. And it's wonderful that I feel like we are living in an era where that is being understood and practiced at deeper levels.
I want to know from all of you, what are your sort of best guess thoughts about how we can best advocate for these groups and others who really need access to mental health care? How can we meet people where they are and make more room?
I think what actually works is when we go to the community and ask them what they need. What does healing look like in your community? How can we support what's already there and functioning as a place of healing?
There are different ways to seek mental health support, that you can see someone in person, you can see someone virtually, you can do groups, you can look at apps, you can join mental health support networks, take courses, that there's just so much more available.
The more we make it okay to talk about. If people say they're having a mental health problem, I think we're starting to pay attention more and say, okay, let's figure this out because this is important and this is a big deal and this can affect your life in a really, really negative way.